Hello, my name's Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 2 of my visit to the Old Bakehouse Antiques in Northampton, and yeah, it is my last film there because they are closing at the end of this month, so you need to get yourself down there and snap up any bargains before they're gone. Now, there is something in this. I was doing my little sound balancing thing with some of the bits of film, and I realised, popped into my head, that there was a bowl that was in this one that was there last time I was there, and I think last time I didn't really know who it was by, and this time I ID'd it. It's a living and learning experience doing this, you know. You see more things and you learn more. Anyway, it was by Jobling, which kind of, and I've said previously, context equals value. Now, Jobling, also like a, how can I describe, cut price Lalique, okay? They did that style of glass as well. And probably as far as pressed glass goes, because Lalique was pressed glass too, just very nicely done, they're probably a little bit higher at the pecking order than most of the others. You know, the sort of like Davidsons and Salisbury. There's a bit more je ne sais quoi about them. And that's why I saw this bowl and thought, oh, it's got a really interesting design. And I was quite into it when I was looking at it, and why I'd also picked it out last time. Because I don't do every last piece of glass that's there. I just think that looks interesting design, etc., etc. Whatever attracts me. Sometimes I do almost everything, but yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, yeah, it's Jobling, and also it was cheap because they didn't know that it was Jobling. And it is very deco-y, a little bit extra deco. Anyway, let's get on and have a look at the glass. Spotted a couple of bits down here. Gets down on one knee. Oh, yeah, no creaking, or not too much. Yeah, I think these are Dartington. How many have you got? 6 avocado dishes. Yeah. But this is the thing that caught my eye, because this is a bit like the Stozzle thing, but it's not Stozzle. I think Davidson might have done something a bit like this. They've copied this aluminium foot, or is it? No, it's chrome. Makes me think it's English, but I'm not 100% certain. But it'd be interesting to try and find this variation, because it is very like the Stozzle one. What have they got on it? £4. I think this is probably a bit later. I think that's probably from the 50s, but because of that foot. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see if I can find that. So we've had avocado dishes on my videos before, and well, Dartington avocado dishes, and I thought let's go straight and look at prices. And yeah, what's interesting is so many of them are with boxes. Now, it might be that there are other avocado dishes that they don't know what they are, and most of the ones that appear as Dartington ones are the ones where they know because it's in the box still. But yeah. So I can tell you, because I've looked it up previously, it's FT137. In fact, there it is there. And it's from 1971. So yeah, the price is a bit all over the place. Like you've got this right at the beginning. This box here, oh, that's 2 dishes. This box here, $4.99, and then you've got these ones for like $15. Yeah, I wonder. Actually, what I haven't done is looked at sold. So are they selling? And how much are they selling for? I didn't actually do that. That was a bit foolish of me. 2 there for $12. 4 for $9.99. That's from the US. That's glasses. 6 for £19. Yeah, they don't make they're probably like about £5 each on average, I think. Some of them are a bit cheaper, I think. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place as the prices. And are they used though? I don't think people are really using them that much, because there's a lot of them that are still in box. So yeah, if you're going to buy one, someone's got 2 for 99p plus postage, and £1. That's a different box. Yeah, if you're going to get them in the box. You might as well. And the prices, some of the prices are very cheap, so go for that. And the answer is no, I didn't find it. And this is similarish. This is by Stozzle, pre-war. You will see later on there's another bowl with a crenellated top like this, and yeah, I really hammer through the catalogues to try and find it, and this and that one, but yeah, things are how they are. I think this was here last time. I think this is American. I can't remember what the name of the pattern is. I'm pretty certain it's American. I've seen this pattern in Miller's 20th Century Glass. And yeah, it is a really good looking thing. But I'm surprised it hasn't sold, because it's cool. It's very deco, but it is cool. My first thought was it was Jeanette Cubist pattern. This one here, you can see it's got this similar geometric cubes, which is American, but it's not. I have actually managed to find it. I was really surprised. Well, it popped up while I was looking for something else, and here it is. Dun, dun, dun. It's jobbling, so it's English, and in fact it says it's actually there's another one very similar to a design by Frosteria. I wonder if that's related to Jeanette. Anyway, yeah, this is the bowl, and this one is actually for sale. It's up for £38, so that makes that one look quite cheap if he can sell it at this price. And yeah, I think it's a good looking bowl. I think that the way the handles come down with these bits that come off, and it sits on top of those. If you lay it down on this, he's actually not got it on the ground, but there you can see it's. Anyway, I think it's quite cool. It is very deco in a pressed glass kind of way. This is an interesting pressed glass bowl here. Well, if you're a nerd, it is. So this, I think it might be Ross Ice. They did something like this, but it might be that it's too close. I don't know. I'm going to try and find this one. It's a bit like the Stozzle pattern, but it's not that, and it's not the Ross Ice one I've seen with the sort of like castellated edge there. So yeah, let's see if we can figure this one out. Having crenellated or castellated, yes, I think it's crenellated bowls and vases with this top, like a castle. Yeah, it was a sort of like a design feature of the Art Deco, and yeah, lots of pressed glass people did it. So this is Stozzle, and yeah, I think it's from the 1930s. And then I've got another Stozzle one, yeah, and which is not that one either. And then we've got this one, which is the one that we see quite often. And I've got this unknown one on 20th Century Glass. So it just shows you, like, yeah, so common. There's unknown ones out there. And then what else have I got to show you? Yeah, we've got the bamboo pattern from Bagley. You can see it's got the same little crenellated, but it's got these little panels in between. And then we've got this pattern from Sowerby. You see what I mean? And we've got this one here from Libachovic from Czech Republic. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you is this one here, which is by Resize, and this is the closest one to the one we're looking at. It's got these little square panels here, which look similar to what we were looking at on that bowl, but it's the other way around in that the square panels are on the tall bits and not on the short bits, and then the little arrow bits are on the... Anyway, it's the other way around. So it's not this, it's close. First, my initial pot was, oh yeah, I think that might be it. And then I looked back at the bowl and went, oh, it's the wrong way around. So yeah, and it also didn't have these little bits here at the top. So yeah, I haven't found it. I found a lot of similar things, which shows that, yeah, this is a real Art Deco thing, but pinning that particular bowl down, no, I haven't been able to do that. So in this cabinet we've got not one, but two Romanian glass baskets. They have the distinctive, let me see, I can zoom in, can't I? I'm trying to get my hand closer and closer, and I've got, can you see the distinctive little blibble on the top of the handle, and these little frills down the side. Yeah, and if you look at this one here, you see we've got the frills, a little blibble on the top. Yeah, so yeah, they'd be from the 60s or 70s. Got some decanters in here. They're a bit not the usual fare of cut glass ones. So you've got this Dartington one. So this one has a thicker stem on the neck. So it's a ship's decanter. So the early ones came really thin at this point here. So that was the FT15 from 1967. This is a later shape. I can't remember what year it's from. This is the FT, I think it's 239. So I think this is probably from the sort of like late 70s or early 80s or something like that. But we can look that up and I can confirm that to you. Then you've got this Victorian one. So this is mid-Victorian. It's got the original stopper, which is nice, and it's nicely cut. And a little bit superior. So you've got panel cutting, and you've got these notches cutting it as well. So yeah, this is a slightly superior quality shaft and globe decanter, and it's not all cloudy in the bottom, which is really good. So it's £20 though, but yeah, it's just not popular. That's the problem with them. And then you've got this one here, which is cloudy. Touching it, some of that's dirt though, I think. And this is not a superior quality one. This is quilted decanter. It's probably, you know, a bit earlier, probably sort of like 1860s or something. They fake the cut paneling on the neck. Can you see? I mean, actually, what you want £20 for that one as well. And yeah, the stopper's not super quality either. Look how it's fitted. Look at that. Yeah, if you compare that, this is what I mean by superior quality, and then you compare it with that, which fits like a piece of engineering. Yeah, there's no comparison. But and to me, that has as much. This one here has as much value as this one, because yeah, it's just it is what it is, and it shows the sort of like different demographics of use. We're looking at a page from the book Dartington Glass, The First 20 Years by Linda and Stuart Smithson. And yeah, so this is the decanter we were looking at, the FT239, introduced in 1980. At the top of the page it says 79, so that must be when the design's from. Made in clear only. Now, I was talking about something. Let me make this a bit bigger. No. If I make it bigger, yeah, that's better. So this is the F23 1980, but there is the FT15 that looks very like this. They came out in 1967, the first year they were going. Let me show you the difference. See that one? I can do this. Look at this. Look at the stem of the stopper that goes up to the mushroom, and then look at this one. Can you see the difference? So the bottle is the same, effectively, but the way the stopper is made, this part here, see how narrow it is here? I think that might be why they changed it, because I bet they were snapping off. And this one is made in clear and in this is midnight, so it's like a dark, very dark grey. In fact, you can see where it's thickest it looks black. But anyway, you can see this is the early one and this is the late one. If it comes in grey, it's a bit more desirable, and it does tell you there are a few found in Kingfisher, which is like a bright bluish colour. So yeah, there you go. It's one of those little variations on the theme that you need to watch out. I think the FT15 looks a bit more elegant. Obviously this is a bit of a weak point. The stopper on this one looks a bit more clumpy in real life, and this looks a bit more elegant, but it is weaker. So I have a few references for quilted decanters, and none of them are the same as the one we were looking at. So this is the first reference I'm going to show you. It's from James Powell and Sons of London, from the Museum of London. That's the book anyway. And yeah, this is the decanter here. It's not quite the same. It doesn't have pouring. It's got cut neck. It's a better quality decanter. But this is from the 1860s catalogue. So yeah, what else have we got? We'll go with, we've got this one here, which is from the same book, but it's dated 1855. Don't think the stopper's right, but anyway, there is also some other bits from the 1850s, quilted work, but not decanters. Then we've got this one here. So this is from the book British Glass, 1800 to 1914, by Charles Hajdemach, and this is by Benjamin Richardson's, and it's dated 1850 to 60. And then we've got the last bit I think I'm going to show you is this one here, which is by Richardson's. It's a catalogue. It looks very like the Whitefriars one, although this looks like it's got a faceted stopper. And this is 1851, which kind of, probably that's a low quality decanter, and it's probably a bit later, because normally you get sort of like the posh people making cutting edge stuff, and then it works its way down the scale over a few years. So it might be, you know, 1860s, 1870s, maybe even 1880s, but I think it's not going to be very late Victorian. This is from a page of Decanter Ancient and Modern by Andy McConnell. And yeah, so I learned something. I found these two decanters here. It's the only ones that are like the cut one that we saw. And that this is called a hobstar. This is called a pinwheel. This is called a hobstar. That's new to me. And he's dating these as 1900, but they are American. And not to be cruel, well, just their dates were behind ours. So this looks like high Victorian to me, which doesn't imply 1900. That's late. These could have been, if they were UK, this kind of thing. I think there's something similar-ish in the 1851 exhibition catalogue. So yeah. Anyway, I did learn that. But this is, look, it's got the same little cut bits on here. So this is a quality thing, because if you look at all these little cuts, this is before they were doing acid poly. Not only would you have to make all these nicks in the edge of the cut panel, you'd have to polish every nick as well. So yeah, hours and hours of work to make something like this. Got a giant pair of vases up here, and I think I picked them up and had a look at the Pontelmark, and the Pontelmark's kind of semi-polished, I would say. So I think it's Chinese, but yeah, these normally it's all hot work. These ones are not like that. So this is not part of the mould. Someone's cut all these little tiny little grooves in it. Most of the ones when you look on Alibaba don't have this kind of work on them. This would have been quite labour intensive. Yeah, so, and now not a popular colour. I'm just wondering how old these are, whether, you know, that they are more than 25 years old, that they're truly vintage ones. I think they are, just my feeling, because I've not seen anything like them. Just the way the Pontel's done seems to make me think they're Chinese. So I've got this here. Now, question is it's got a rough pontel, it's got a polished pontel, but it's not shiny. So the question is who? So there is I think it's Empoli maker, so Italian, that does these. I'm wondering if it's an Empoli one. What's that got on it? Brown glass vase, £10. I think it's a good price. If it's Murano, not Empoli, then it is a very good price. We can look at, I think the maker's called Nason, and we can look at the shapes, but I think there are some Chinese ones, and there's some, I think Strathern did this kind of, can you see, it's called aventurine, which is basically glitter in the glass. Literally, they would put glitter in it, that, you know, like you could buy from Woolies at the time. But anyway, there you go. So I've been having some fun playing around trying to figure out who made that vase. Now, my initial thought was it was V. Nason from Murano. And yeah, so this is some Googling, but if in 20th century glass, they've got a pile of them here. And what's different? Let me zoom in on something. I'll pick this one. So it's got your label. But let's see what, get a better angle. Yeah, look at this here. Oh, the base is similar. But this one had it's case glass. It has a thick wedge of clear glass on the base and probably over the whole thing, but you can see it very clearly on the base. And this doesn't. When you look at it from this angle, you can't see clear glass underneath it. And on that one, you could. And you can't really see it here, like a, you know, it just, you should be able to see it if it's the same maker. The texture of the base looks similar though. Does that make me, oh God, I don't know. But there's no shape like it. You know, I've Googled around, I can't find any shapes like it. I mean, I found a whole bunch of them on Pinterest. No, oh no, not that. But anyway, yeah, not found it. And then I thought, okay, I'll go a different way. I know Stuart Strathern did black glass with gold in it, but it's not the same. It's gold leaf, not the same. Doesn't look the same. I thought they did it looking similar, but that's not appeared. So yeah, I bumbled around a bit. I then tried to see if there were any Chinese ones that were like it. Hang on, this one. No, that one. This one? Yeah. No, still the wrong one. This one, I think it is. Yeah, this one. So, and the answer's no, that I can find. Nothing's popping up. So either people don't know. I've been told that there is Chinese glass, but it doesn't look like Chinese glass either. So I'm a bit stuck. It might be V. Nason from Murano, but it might not be, because, you know, they might have changed the way they made it in a different time period, but yeah, I'm not certain. So there we are, that's the end of part 2. There'll be at least a couple more parts to this. So yeah, keep watching and get yourself down to the Old Bakehouse, because it is closing. Very sad. It was one of my places to go sometimes. Anyway, all of the references I use will be in the description below. Contact details for the Old Bakehouse will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. And thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.